Africa show about some animals you really can't see anywhere else in the zoo. In fact, a lot of zoos don't even have some of the animals we're going to show to you guys today. And we're going to start off in the grasslands. Now, what's one of the first animals you guys think of when you hear the grasslands? Snakes? Well, you're actually dead on. But we're not going to talk about snakes just yet. We're actually going to talk about our friend here, Kenya.
And Kenya is an African serval. I know we start out with the whoa. And believe it or not, this is a full-grown cat. And to see her in the grasslands, you're going to have to peer down into the grasses because she is an incredible predator. Do not let her size fool you, because this is one of the most successful wildcat predators in the entire world, using her spots and stripes on her body, which are unique for cats. Generally, you think about tigers with only stripes, cheetahs with only spots. This cat has both, making them completely invisible in the grasses. And they're going to be using those giant ears to listen underground in burrows for scurrying meerkats underneath, and then using their really long front legs to reach down in those holes and grab animals from underneath. But not only that, they'll have their ears pinned to the sky, waiting for the flutter of bird wings overhead. And if a bird's just at the right height, this cat can jump 10 to 12 feet from a standstill straight into the air to catch a bird mid-flight. So LeBron James has got nothing on her. And I can say that now that he left. Come play for the Cavs, Kenya. But this incredible predator is eating all different kinds of animals, using all their adaptations, and which makes them one of the most successful in the world. So thank you, Katie, for bringing out Kenya.
Thanks, guys. So you can see that really cool patterning on Kenya. Now we're going to move to an animal that has some interesting patterning as well, but not quite as fast. Now,
I know, we go from the to the and excitement. We love it.
Yes, she loves snakes. Now this is Monty. He's a ball python. Now, do you want to come up and help us talk about Monty? You can come right up here on stage. Now, what's your name, hon? Piper? Oh, yeah, that's a little wet. How would I help you out there?
Here, we've got steps over here if you want to use too. All right, awesome. Making our way on stage.
So, Monty is a ball python, but he is also known as the royal python, because in the days of ancient Africa, kings, queens, and people of high status would wear these pythons to say, hey, I'm really important, you should bow down to me. So everyone, if we want to give our Queen Piper a big bow. Da, da, da. Queen Piper! Now let's give her a big round of applause, guys. Now, Piper, if you want to hand Monty back to Amber and come right back down over here, I'll help you down off the stage. Oh, you got it all on your own. Fair enough. Well, I'm going to hand you one of our tortoise conservation pens. We normally sell those after the show for a $5 donation, but because you were so great, you get one right now. So everybody, let's give Piper a big round of applause.
Good job.
Now, Monty there doesn't have any legs, so he's not going to be moving all that quickly. But our next guest who's coming out is one of the fastest animals in the world. Now, they have a little bit of the same coloration as Kenya, our serval earlier. She does have those really cool black spots, that yellow coloration, and even a little red patch on top of her head. Now, Heather, who do we have here today? This is Frances. Now, Frances is an African cheetah. Now, she is here today because she was actually abandoned by her mother, and so she came here to the Columbus Zoo so we could take care of her. But that is not all that uncommon. Out in the wild, cheetahs, actually large cats of all different kinds, have been known to abandon their young when they don't think they can properly take care of them, which is really sad. But she's here to actually spread a really important message here at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.
Because even though this animal is the fastest land mammal, reaching those speeds of 65 miles an hour, they're facing troubles in the wild. And that's mostly due to a human-wildlife conflict. As the human population expands, we've encroached on the wild places that cheetahs, just like Frances, in the wild would call their home. And in Africa, unfortunately, it is legal for a farmer to shoot a cheetah or any other animal that's on their farm. It's really sad, but if you think about it, that farmer is just trying to protect their livelihood, protect their livestock in order to feed their family. But luckily, there is organizations that are working to help humans and cheetahs coexist peacefully. And it's one that we support here at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. It is called the Cheetah Conservation Fund. And they have a pretty unique way of helping out the situation. They use dogs. So believe it or not, there is a place in the world, Africa, where dogs and cats are working together for the greater good. And in Africa, they're doing this because cheetahs, they're built for speed, not for confrontation. So what this conservation organization does is they give farmers an Anatolian Shepherd, this really big dog with an incredibly loud, booming bark. And every time the cheetah is coming near the land, that dog is barking, that cheetah goes, you know what? I'm out of here. And the cheetah leaves the land. So it's a great way that humans and cheetahs are able to coexist peacefully. And since this organization has started, most farmers, once they've gotten a dog, have not had troubles with cheetahs. So it's a great organization that is working together, making it so that humans and animals can share our world together. So thank you so much, Heather, and of course, the adorable Frances, for coming out and letting us tell that story. Someone asked how old she is, about 4 months old. So still really young, growing up, but as she grows up, you guys might actually be able to see her in the watering hole running around at those top speeds someday. So thank you, Frances and Heather, once again.
So one of the things Shane pointed out about Frances there is she does have that flattened tail that helps her run around really quickly at those super high speeds and make on-point turns, almost like a rudder on a boat would. Now, an adaptation that we don't really think about all the time with animals is their brains and how smart they are. So for our next guest who's going to be coming out, we are going to need another really brave volunteer to come up and help. I think you already helped once, so hey, hon, you want to come on up? Now, what's your name? What is it? Ava, if you want to go right on up there with Shane, we're going to start getting ready for our next guest coming out.
And we'll meet her in a second. We'll find out what she is in a second. Her name is Judy, and she's really smart, so we're going to challenge her because she loves to eat bananas. So we're going to use this #1 banana. Judy always finds it. So Ava, if you want to take this and put it somewhere on the stage, we're going to challenge Judy for her to find that #1 banana. Ooh, that's a good space.
That's a good
She's
spot.
a little big. I will give you that hint. So how about this? I'm just going to put it behind the flower pot. Sound good? Now that's a pretty tough spot. But Ava, do you think we should challenge her even more by dumping 8 identical bananas on top of it? She's like, oh yeah, that'll be difficult. So if you want to take that, it's a little hot. But just dump all those bananas, make a giant banana pile. It's bananas on stage up here. I got a lot of banana jokes, don't you guys? Just wait. Now, Ava, you did a great job. You challenged Judy, so if you want to head back down with Collin, I'm going to need your help and everyone else's help to call out Judy. So on the count of 3, we're going to yell, come on out, Judy. And Ava, you can actually use Collin's microphone. All right, she's going to get louder. You guys in the front row can help me get loud too? Yeah, okay, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on out, Judy! And Judy is a Red River Hog! She's gonna be found. Oh, she found those bananas right away. She's searching for the right one. What are you gonna get, Judy? All right, she's got one of them. She's got one. She's like, it's too appealing. I'm not getting rid of it. All right, she got it, and it is the #1 banana. She found it. Thank you guys so much, and good job, Judy, finding that #1 banana. But I have to tell you guys, even though she is a hog, she's never been to Hogwarts. This isn't magic. Instead, what we've done is we're showing off Judy's incredible sense of smell. Before the show, we sprayed this #1 banana with vanilla extract. And so she can tell this banana from all the rest of these just based on the smell. And you guys can also notice that after she finds it, she's like, get out of here, flower pot, where's that #1 banana? After she gets that banana, she's coming over and she's composting it for us. She's showing us that composting is a great way that all of us can help out the environment because it allows our food to decompose naturally in compost bins instead of in a trash heap. And you guys can actually help us composting. If you've got any extra food, you can compost it right here in Heart of Africa at Mapori restaurant. But at the zoo, food is not the only thing we compost. We also compost our animals' waste. We can tell you, Judy is helping out every single morning. Collin and I attest. She's not only teaching us about composting, but she's helping out. So good job, Judy. Thanks for helping out with composting. Wave for tail goodbye. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. So Judy is going to be using that really big nose of her to help her root around and find her food in the daytime. But our next guest who's coming out is going to be looking for...
Wait, did we give Ava...
Oh my gosh,
we forgot to thank Ava because she did a great job too.
Much. You were such a great volunteer, and you're going to get another one of those pens as well. So let's give Ava another round of applause, guys.
Good job challenging Judy.
But like I was starting to say, our next guest is not going to be rooting around in the daytime. She's going to be walking around at night, and she has a really great adaptation for helping keep her safe when these really big and really dangerous predators are walking around at the same time as she is. Now, this is Barbie. She is what is called an African crested porcupine. And she, oh yeah, somebody got it over here, Barbie. But now, she is what's called an African crested porcupine, and she gets that name because of that big crest of quills that almost looks like a mohawk going down her back. Now, as you can tell, she has a really great adaptation for keeping those predators away, but she has a number of different defenses that she will actually use, in addition to those really sharp quills to help keep her safe from those predators at night. And one of the first things she's going to do is stomp her feet really loud. So, hey, I know you know I'm here. I need you to know that I know you're here. And if that doesn't work, she's going to growl at him. And I got to say it, Shane does a really, really great impression of Barbie growling.
All right, believe it or not, you wouldn't necessarily think of a porcupine making this noise, but it's kind of like... scares me every time I hear it in the dark.
And if that doesn't work, she's going to turn around, show them that big tail of quills, back right up into them, give them a face of quills, and then she's going to hightail it on out of there.
Just like that. Bye, Barbie!
I think we're going to...
Thank you, guys.
I think we are going to stick with the nocturnal theme here for a sec and go on to our next animal. Now, this is Poe. Now, Poe is what's called a galago, but they're also known a little bit more commonly as the bush baby, and they get that name from a vocalization that they make that almost sounds exactly like a baby crying. In fact, it was actually discovered in the forest of Africa, the bush region of Africa, and these early explorers were going through there. They would think that a baby was crying in the forest. They were, oh my gosh, I need to go find this baby. Someone was a terrible parent. They left their child in the forest. But they would look and look and look, and they would never find it until finally they realized, oh my gosh, that sound is coming from the trees. That's not a baby at all. And they would see those bright, bright eyes and those big ears that help them see and hear their prey at night. Now, they have a really cool way of getting their prey in the wild, and they're going to be jumping from tree to tree. But here at the zoo, Poe's jumping from tree to me. But yeah, we're pretty funny here. Now you guys know what she's going to do. You want to see her go a little bit farther? Think we can challenge her a little bit? I heard a bunch of yes.
All right,
okay.
let's do it, Poe.
Let's do it right here. Oh, man. Not a problem. She almost landed on my face. I think we can push her a little farther. You guys think so? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. All right, come on, Poe. Everyone believes in you.
All right. Let's see if she can do it.
Channel your inner tree. Green thoughts, Collin.
Oh, not a problem at all, says Poe. Now she...
Oh, yes. Now, you guys are laughing now, but trust me, this is the best part of the show. Oh, right on Collin's face. Perfect time to tell you, bush babies, they do this behavior called urine washing. Exactly what it sounds like. They pee on their hands and their feet. That's how they mark their territory and how they make their way home at night. So instead of using GPS, they use PPS. And Poe has pinned your face today.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, it tastes a little funny, you know. Now we're going to go moving from this super agile animal to someone that's moving a little bit slower.
Slow but steady. I heard someone else get excited. You guys excited? You're right. This is a tortoise. You guys in the back, I promise you'll be able to see him. We can't judge him too much for being slow. He is a tortoise. But his name is Ray, and he is found in the spiny forest, the desert regions of Madagascar. And he is actually incredibly smart. If you see, I've actually got this yellow bucket that Ray here is trained to come to. So he knows every time he comes and touches his nose to this yellow bucket, he is going to get a treat. But even though this is an incredibly smart social animal, as he's like, I'd rather come say hi to my new friends and get some food. Just like I see the tortoise pin on your shirt. This animal, unfortunately, is a critically endangered species. You guys can pet him, thank you for asking. So this is a critically endangered species, mostly due to their beautiful shell, people taking them for the illegal pet trade.
Now, all hope is not lost. These guys are taken in numbers, really large numbers, from the wild in the illegal pet trade. In fact, back in April, 10,000 of these individuals were seized from a single house, a single smuggler's house to be thrown into the illegal pet trade. But there are things we can do here in Columbus to help these guys out. In fact, just by coming to the zoo today and paying for your admission, you have helped these guys by supporting one of the many conservation projects that we support here at the zoo. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more generous, we have our friend Avery coming out here. Now, Avery is not from Africa. She is an umbrella-crested cockatoo. She's found on the islands of Indonesia, but she is really passionate about tortoise conservation. So if you guys are feeling a little bit more generous, want to help those tortoises out just a little bit more, you guys can come up here, say hi to Avery. Says, come up here, say hi to Avery. She's a little bit distracted because Ray's so close up here. You can hand her one of the donation right after she's done eating on that seed. You can hand her your donation, and she's going to put it right into her box. And 100% of those proceeds are going to go right to the Turtle Survival Alliance. Because just because tortoises are really slow animals, the race to save them doesn't have to be. So if you guys, thank you guys so much for coming out here for our Wild Africa show. Have a great rest of your day here at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium.